What's going on, YouTube? I know this is a little bit of a different intro. As you can see, I'm in my bed, but I didn't record an intro for this video like a dumbass. So I kind of want to just give you all kind of an overview on what this video is going to cover and then what's next for the vehicle. So this video is just going to cover engine breakdown from long block to short block, going through obviously checking things, checking bearings, checking the bore, and checking the heads. I did come across an issue on the head. I'm not gonna kind of get into it on this. Trying to keep this short, but in the video I'll show you what happened on I believe it was the passenger side head. Um, I'm pretty sure it's oil consumption issue with the oil pump, or probably due to that my cam phaser split a long time ago, and I had a it said it jumped timing. It didn't. It jumped one tooth, didn't hit a piston, but it caused wear on the cam caps. And I replaced the cam cap with a different one, but I guess it did damage that I didn't see. When I pulled it off, I never saw that damage. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure it developed after the fact because it was just on that one big cam cap. The rest of those, what do you call it? I guess the rest of the cam caps were fine. There was no scoring on them. It's just that front top one, and that's where the phaser split. I'm guessing it made the cam jump up and do some damage. But eventually, we'll get the block sent to machine shop after the fact that we get. Obviously, after the video, everything got tear down, and then we're gonna get the tube front end finished on the vehicle. In about 2 weeks, we're gonna go send it to the guy. The guy's gonna take up the whole tube front end. I'll kind of make another video on that, covering the whole thing on tube front end, and then from there we'll just start building the block. But for now, this is just a teardown video, and I hope y'all guys enjoy it. And I'll see y'all on the next video, and just enjoy the rest of the clips. Peace. Not in the right spot. It's 18 millimeter for the harmonic. Okay, so now that's that. Now 18 millimeter right here, and then we can get this, push that against the crank. Just like that. And just like that, $30 for one thing. 10/8. All that crap. So this little pigtail was a 10. And then that's gonna be a big 13. I had a 13 in my hand, but just put down. Let me get a bag. So we'll get all these ones out. All these are, looks like 13s. Yeah. Actually, just have to put these in the bag because it's too much bolts for the tiny cover. Those are bigger. Okay. That's bigger too. Okay, there's some bolts that are different on the tiny cover. One down here, down where the old pan was, and then one up here for the sensor. Let's see what those are. So those were all 13s. All those are off. And that's a 15 for this top one. And then it looks like to get the stud out, there's a bigger one on top. So 18 millimeter for the top one. Looks like, yeah, same thing for that bottom one, 18. And it looks like there's one side one right here. Also an 18. Now we should be able to pull this apart. So, there you go. Pull the tiny cover off. Now you got that down, we'll go ahead and put this aside and take the tensioners off. Yeah, 13 for the tensioners. So go ahead and bag this up. And jumbo bag.
And then take the center off, put it in here. There it is up here. Swing all the way. Come on. Move the tensor down. And we can take both these off. Take the sprocket off here on the front for the keyway. Or reluctor, ring, or gear, whichever one you prefer to call it. I don't really know the exact term. And then just pull out the timing chains. As so. We got one chain here. Bag this. Oh, we need the bag this up. We can plop those right there. Same thing with the other bank. Pull off this one. We have the other timing chain. Okay, and then you can start pulling off your gears right here. These ones are, yeah. So 8's up here. Getting all these wrong, it made me look stupid on here. We're not labeling anything right now. We're just making it a little bit more neater when we tear down things. The pump out. Get that one out. Those are 13s as well. Yeah, 13s for the water pump. There, get that one out. That one was very loose. She's not coming out. Okay. So then what we'll do is we'll take the head off now. And then we'll start tearing down bottom end once we get the heads. They are 10s. So 10s for the cam cap bolts up here. So we'll start knocking those off. Oh, well, it did it anyways. It has pressure. I don't know if y'all saw that on camera, but the cam jumped over here. So still have pressure on it. Put these down. Down nicely, but they look good. No major scoring on them. I'll hold these down some please. Yeah, the cam's jumping because the valve springs are still compressed. Making that cam do that little motion. So let's get all these out. So yeah, all these are marked. I don't know if you can tell on the camera here. Let's see. But yeah, these are all marked on those. So you can tell which one, and it shows you which way they're supposed to be facing to. Obviously, they'll be facing the way when you pull them off. These cam caps are machined to the head, so just be very gentle with these. When you're tapping them off, just kind of be careful. But, just like that, your cam should come out. Oh man. Looks like we do have some scoring on this one. On this cam. On the front lobe here, we have some scoring. Oh. Oof. Yeah, it's catching with my fingernail, so it is pretty good. Put these cams down here. Take off my gloves and kind of show you what I'm looking at and give y'all a better look. More of a better look of what I'm looking at. So this is the where it sits on. Just sits on there nice and lightly. There is scoring going on there. Doesn't, oh man, it is catching my nail though. So it looks, these heads might not be usable. I mean, the rest of them are fine. That one's super clean, super clean, super clean, super clean. And then let me show you the back of these cam caps as well. Nothing catches, well, nothing's catching my nail on these ones. But let's look at the back of that one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She was getting chewed up a little bit. So she left some marks in there. So we might have to look for some aftermarket heads for this thing, just due to that. That could ruin your whole entire head. So like I said, these are machined to the block. These are machined to the cam. They don't have a bearing for them. They just spin on there and obviously are oil fed. And so yeah, that's what happens with those. But I mean, these rollers look fine. Everything else looks good. Everything, the valve train looks really good actually. So go ahead and pop the cams, we'll pop the rollers off, get the head bolts out, and then pull the head out. But we'll go ahead and take everything off on top first. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that, but we still gotta take this side off. So this side's next. Best I can with tearing it apart in front of you, because this side you can see the most. That side you probably couldn't really see me doing it, but you know, this is vice versa, to mirror image. But yeah, so this side, this one wasn't. This is the good side. This is the one that the head, that side jump timing had to replace the cam phaser because the cam phaser split. Had to replace the phaser and get a new cam cap because it cracked. That didn't. At the time, there wasn't that much scoring, so I guess that has developed over time. So go ahead and remove these back here. All these pins. So get these ones off there, just so it comes up. So we can probably get these ones off a little bit easier this time. Looks like they all came off. So this is the main one you gotta be concerned about. This is your big cam cap. This is the biggest one. So like I said, look at that. No big scoring marks. You can see right here in the light. Let's move this light up a little bit more. So nothing that catches my nail. So this one actually looks really good. So this head is salvageable. The other one might not be. So the side of it at least, and it comes off. But I recommend using a mallet. I don't have one right now. Should have brought that home, but you know, did not think about that. We're gonna inspect these sides. So let's go ahead and inspect this. So this one looks really good. Like I said, no crazy scoring. There is a little notch right here that's catching my nail on this one. All right, at the back here. So we might just have to get both new heads. I'm gonna still have to talk to an engine builder about it. See what they can do, but like these back ones are like immaculate. These ones are really good. No big scorings on these ones, and all these rollers look good on the top of them. They don't look squished or anything like that. There's debris in there because I pulled the valve cover off and the debris came down. But let's pull this head off so y'all guys can see everything with me doing the head. These are, and they're 10s. So 10s as well for this top crossover. And then looks like for the back, that one's like a 13. Yeah, 13 for the back assembly. So just pop this thing out. Like I said, 13 for the back bolt here, and then 10s for the crossover. This is a 0506 crossover. I have an 07 through 10 crossover that I'm gonna convert it over to. So these in a baggie. So they're probably a 15. Yes. Yeah, they're 15. So go ahead and pop these heads off. I don't know if you're gonna need an extension. We'll find out right now. As always, let me loosen right side. Oh, God damn. Honestly, we probably just zap these bolts off. Probably not. Those are fucking on there. No, that sounds weaker, but. Okay. Go ahead and do this simple cross pattern. Okay. Oh, good lord. And I guess removal doesn't really matter on how. Good fucking grease. Okay. You know what? I gotta take these out. Let me stop before I keep going and drop all these. See these rollers off. They look really good. Like, it's not any ones that are mashed in or like seized with the rollers. All of them are really good. They all spin pretty freely. This was stock valve train for $170,000. Had the Ford hot rod cams on it, but stock valve train. On there, that was loose, got those loose. Now, the big reason why I'm taking these out, I got this on with my pure strength onto the mount, and it was a bitch. So, I recommend it straight here. Yeah, how long these studs are. It's like, I mean, those things are pretty long. Yeah, we're just gonna tear it apart so I can have the experience, double check everything, make sure it's all good, and also it takes off weight off of this little engine stand. I don't trust it, quite frankly. And you've probably seen videos online of people starting motors on engine stands, but yeah, it's a little wild. So we'll pull this off, inspect the head gasket, to the top of the dome on the pistons, make sure it's good. So here we go. All them are out. Keep the spark plugs in. So let's take this off. And there we are. A 3-valve head. So, looking at it right now, it looked pretty good. So, doesn't look like we had any issues with spark or anything like that. No debris made contact with anything. We're gonna keep this head somewhere safe, because it is a usable head. Here we are with those stock pistons. Get a good little. Looks like we're good on the bore. Still has cross hatching. Look at that. Oh my God. Okay, so still has cross hatching in these bores. So we actually look really good in here. All right. Okay, so this one looks good. Like I said, those cross hatching lines are still there. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but they are there. Gasket was doing good. It's an MLS gasket, so I didn't really expect issues with it, especially running NA. But yeah, these pistons really good for 170,000. Actually, it's really nice. So we'll go ahead and knock the other head out, get that one done, and then tear down the rest of the block. Get down to the short block. Considering I pulled it, and it was running before, but yeah, this head probably gonna need a head. Just on the passenger side at least. It's a hot, humid day out here in Texas. It's like 70 or 79 or 80 degrees outside. So man, it's humidity makes me sweat. Doesn't help that I just got to work, so. Okay. So same thing as that side as this side. Snap all those studs off. Yep, pull that off now. There we go. Last one. And you're good. Like I said, we're going to inspect both sides. Everything looks good on these cylinder holes. Pistons look good on the top. Still scoring. The cross-hatching, not scoring. Cross-hatching are still in the cylinders. Can't really see them, so let me get a better view of this. There we go. So you can see it better on the other cylinder actually. But yeah, cross-hatching's there. Motor looks good. Bottom end at least. The head on this side was scored on that big cam cap for the main one, so we're gonna have to see what we can do about that. But so far it's looking really good. So we'll flip the motor around, take the pistons, crank and camshaft out. Or, I'm sorry, it's not Atlas motor. We'll take the crank, pistons, and rods out. So let's get going on that. All right, we're making an absolute mess in the garage, but it's okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to get the rods off first so we can get access to them. And then get the crank out. Pop the pistons off. Pop the pistons out to the bottom. Get those caps off, and then get the crank out. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So go ahead and just thread that back on. Okay, so it spins free. Okay, we'll get these out. Here we go with the rod bearings. Looking good. Looking real good, actually. the motor a little bit. Put it free. And knock it back down. Golly. Extend this again. I'm just gonna keep using the end of my damn thing. And there's that. Bearings look good on that piece in there. Everything's good. So, this engine motor, I don't know how to leave it down, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to reuse it anyway, so. Go ahead and push her out. Same way. That one just slid right out. Oh shit. Looks good here. Bearings look good. Rod bearing on here looks good as well. Nothing catching my finger. Of course I have gloves on, but looks good still. Okay, on to the next. Leave that one. So, this one out. Bearing is good. Come on. So I can't get it out with my hand. I'm just being a little bitch. But same thing with that one. Bearing was good. Oh, look at these shirts. All oily. Okay, so now we go to the next set. We are 2, 4, onto the 6, 5 and 6. Bearing's good. Bearing on this one looks good too. We're just gonna fly through these ones because, knock on wood, I think these are all good. So, just gonna fly through these. If I figure out which way. So these are actually interesting. These are weak ass fucking rods, but these are interesting rods. If you can see, they're snapped, machined. So I don't know how they do it. I'm pretty sure if there's a machine that breaks them to where it makes it, you know, perfect fit. But you can tell it's been snapped. If you really look, I got real close up to you guys. So they're not like a machining, they're just snapped, but they're powder rods, so, or something like that. I was reading online some shit like that, but I'm not an expert on these rods. All I know is I need to get rid of them because they suck dog ass. They are not good. I mean, just look how thin that rod is. That's like, fuck you, but that's like the same thickness of my middle finger. I'm 6'3", so, and skinny, so like that's kind of saying something. And it gets skinnier up top where the wrist pin's at. That's really shit piston. Rod bearing, it's good. Come on, I'll be a bitch. You know. Okay, kind of fucking hurts. It's okay, it's all gloves. Looks good as well. It doesn't fly around everywhere. It's another little line in between it, but it's not like catchable or bad. Okay, then we go into the last set. Get the oil pump off after we get the last set done. So it's not good if I'm trying to, I keep getting ahead of myself, but we just gotta keep going as we go. So spin it around again. Oh, missed it. There we are. Now we're on the last back two. Looks good. Come on, get out of there. Oh, she really doesn't want to come out. You're going to use the back of this. Okay. Rod bearing looks good. 170k miles. This thing is really nice. Gotta say. Did keep up with my oil changes. Keep up with your oil changes, guys. Then your bearings will look like that. They look really nice. I say it like it's in a bad way, but they look really nice. Okay, so here we are on the last one. Kind of pull it back a little bit. And that just fucking fell off. Okay. There we go. Rod bearing looks good, nice and shiny. Let's see if this one will come out nicely. Nope. Arm's being a bitch, but you know, it hurts. Okay. And here we go, the last rod in the back of the motor. Bearing looks good on this one too. So we're 8 for 8 right now, buddy. So we'll keep turning it down a little bit more. Take off what I need. If I can get this back on the way it's supposed to be. There we go. All right, so we'll get the oil pump gear, or the, yeah, oil pump off. It is a 8mm. Get these bolts off around here. Of course, this thing is sopping like a little. Crank on more to take the bolt off. Okay, so oil pump gear off. We could tear down the oil pump gear later, but I mean, don't see any captivity on it or anything bad. So in a 13.5 inch size, that's a 12, that's a 13. And we're gonna have to break these bolts off with the 1/2 inch. Oh. Holy shit, I'm going in. Broken. Oh, okay. Down broken. Broken news, not broken. Oh. Good lord. Should known to protect me that much. Kind of nice. Oh, good lord. I'm sweating my ass off. Who knew these things bolts? Phew. Okay. It's back when I can't get to it. So, I'm gonna try to bring out this. Oh, god damn. I'll be vibrating again. Punch the crank. And now, we got, I doubt I'm gonna be able to zap these off with my gun, but we got 10s on the outside bolts. On these outside ones here. Okay, look here. Alright, now we'll pull it off. Alright. So, took off the oil pump. Now we're taking off the rear main seal because we can't get the crank out without getting that rear main seal out. So, there are 8 mils on the back of the housing. Little tiny little ones, so let's not lose these. But I do have to do it with a ratchet. And a shallow socket and a ratchet. Get these 8 mils off. If I can fucking pull it off. Come on, bro. Oh, it's got RTV all over it. So I did do a rear main on this. Because at one point it was leaking. Come on, dude. Holy shit. This is ridiculous. There we go. And then there's... Okay. That was a bitch. Y'all saw me get it off. And I got it. The RTV was on that motherfucker. Halo RTV, so it was stuck. But, you know, we got it off. That's all that matters. Where is mine? 13, I forgot. Is it 12? Ugh. Alright, this is the last of it. Last time we were trying to finish off getting the the rear main's off. I'm sorry, we got the rear main off, and then we got the cam caps that we needed, or the crank. Whoa, it's been a long day. Just came in from Dallas. We got heads for the car, actually, since the heads were bad. Just, we need to get these fucking, the main caps. There it is. So, it's a 13 half inch, of course. I can break these off. I already broke this first one. It's a $13 on here. Oh, these other side, same thing. This one is going down this way. Oh. Last one. Back here. Try to make this stop in there. Okay, pop it. Last one fell off. Okay. So now, tap these bolts in. 13. Okay. These ones. Those ones. I'm not reusing those. It's too late at night. I'm really fucking tired. I'm just gonna tap those. And shimmy it out. That one looks fine. I'm gonna keep these ones in order. We're gonna put these back on. Just need to get the crank out. Put them down here in order so we don't lose them. See if we can try to lift the crank up. We're pulling the whole thing out. Yeah, we got it. Let's spin it around. This time we can actually pull it off. Bearing looks good. Real good. Put that one back down there. Spin the motor again so we can get access to this. Okay. Another one. And like I said, these ones are also marked too, so let me show you. So they have the markings. This one's number 4, going forward towards technically the front of the car, front of the motor, but they got arrows indicating where they point. So 5th one's the last one, pointing forward towards the front of the motor all the way to the first one. So that's that. Let me hurry up and kind of finish this out because it is late. Another one down. Looking good. Shoo. Last one. It's gonna be a pain in my ass. Of course. That one looks good though too, so no need to worry on these main caps. They all look good. Oh, and the thrust bearing. Show you that too, because those usually go out on the back of these. The thrust bearings. That looks good.
not chewed or torn. That thrust bearing actually looks really nice. I mean, it was an auto car for a while and a manual swap, so usually this thrust bearing gets worn out with manual cars, but this one looks good. And boom. Just like that. The crank is also out. Oh, okay. So, got it all torn apart now. Everything's done. We got a clean block. Put the crank there. Show you all those bearings inside. Here we go. Showing you all those bearings. All super clean. So no need for me to worry about anything like scoring or anything like that. Whole block looks clean. Bores are clean. Everything's good. So we got a good block here. So we're gonna reuse this one. Got new heads. Let me go pull those in actually and show y'all guys those heads I got too. So, like I said, I had the cam caps were scored on mine, but just drove to Dallas. Came in from Dallas. Got a brand new set of heads with no scoring on any of those cam caps. It's a used block, obviously, but we're gonna clean it up. Clean this block up. That front cam cap looks good. There you go. He said these had like 5,000 miles on them. And they all, yeah, they are good. Check them out. Look how clean those are. So, we're gonna use these ones. These ones are really good. Really nice. Nothing catches my finger on these ones. Don't feel any grazing on that cam bores. So, these ones are good. We're gonna use these ones. Give me a bunch of other stuff with it. We have these ones with VCT lockouts on them. The comp cam phaser limiters, or the phaser lockouts. Stock valve train, stock cams, but we're just gonna be using the heads. Kind of just get rid of everything else if we can. Well, yeah, that's it on really. I'm gonna tear everything down and get it all replaced and get everything refreshed and rebuilt. So yet again, there's all those bearings. But yeah, I appreciate y'all watching the video and seeing me tear down this 4.6 block. This block is really good. So we're gonna be using all this stuff, using those new heads I got. And I'll keep you updated on everything, all the posts that I make. Will be updated just as I go. So if there is long, what's it called? If there's long delays between videos, it's just because I work a normal 9 to 5. So I do need just to get more money to get all this stuff built and make more power on it. It's all really what it is how big your pockets are in this game. So we're gonna be trying to make this as badass as I can. And yeah, I just want to take the time to thank you guys for whoever's watching the video, and just appreciate y'all for watching. That's that back thrust bearing right there. Looks really good. So yeah, appreciate you guys for watching, and stay tuned for the next video on everything else I'm gonna be doing on this vehicle. And y'all guys take care.